It is so important for us to validate our children. My daughter had a program at her school yesterday, and I should have uploaded this last night, but I was so tired and I didn't have the strength to. But my daughter had a program at school last night, Black History Month program, and so the children had to play the role of somebody that paved the way, right, for us. So there was kids that, there was a child that played Bob Marley. There was a child who did Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, just many different people who changed the world. And so as I was standing there talking to my daughter, so the kids had to have information on who they chose to be. And so when people will walk up in front of the child, the child would have to read to the person who they chose, and well, not who they chose, but the child had to read to the person about them, about the person that the child chose to be, right? And so anywho, this one little girl, my daughter, she said, "Mommy," she said, "kids body shame her." And I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "Wow, why?" She said, "Well, they call her names and they call her fat and stuff." And the little girl, she wasn't a skinny girl, but she wasn't fat. I mean, she was in between. Like she was fine, And so I said, "Well, that's sad." I said, "Well, is she your friend?" She said, "Yeah, Mom, she's my friend." I said, "Well, good." I said, "You continue to be friends with her and don't let what other people say about her allow you to get involved in what they say about her. You continue to be nice to her." She said, "I do. She's a nice girl." I said, "Good." And it touched me, but it also broke my heart because I remember being in elementary school and getting picked on, and kids, saying things about me, and I had a long neck, or because I was the tallest girl in the school, I used to get picked on and stuff. And kids don't understand that, when they do stuff like that, that sometimes those words it can have a lifetime effect on a child. It can take years for that child to get over the bullying and the mistreatment of what they experienced when they were in school. And so, it's important for us to, pour into our children and instill in them the confidence that they need. There was another little girl, she was, I forgot the lady's name. I think her name is Jana James or Dana James. I apologize because I don't remember her name, or Johnson. But she was the lady who did NASA. And so she was reading to me about the lady. And this little girl looked me in my eye the entire time. And after she got done, I said, "I'm so proud of you." And she said, "Thank you." I said, "No, I'm really proud of you." I said, "Because you did an amazing job presenting who you chose." I said, "And you looked me in my eye the entire time." And she said, "Thank you." I said, "No matter what you experience," I said, "keep that confidence and don't let anybody break your confidence." And she said, "Thank you." Now, mind you, these are 5th graders, okay? So after I got done talking to her, I went to my daughter and I said, "Is that your friend?" She was like, "Yes." I said, "Oh, okay, she's pretty." And so I happened to ask, I said, "Is her mom here?" So my daughter asked her friend, "Is her mom here?" And the little girl said, "Yeah, my mom's right here." So I went to her mom and I was like, "That's your daughter?" She was like, "Yeah." And so I told her mom, I told her mom the same thing I told her. And she was like, "You know what?" She said, 30 minutes prior, I had to talk to her and let her know that she can do this. She said, because she kept looking down at the paper reading about the lady, but I kept telling her, "You don't have to read that, you can do this." And I said, "Wow," because she said 30 minutes prior, the little girl was crying, saying that she couldn't do it. So I said that to say this: it's important for us to validate our children. It's important for us as parents or as adults to validate children, because kids get insecure, and if nobody's there to validate that child, sometimes they will conform to what is surrounding them. Bad kids, bad behaviors, and things like that. It's important for us to validate our children and other children. It's important for us to be a positive example to these kids, because that's where it starts. And people don't understand that when children are not validated early on, the world is waiting and ready to validate that child, putting on false identity with these children, so that when you grow up as an adult, you still don't know who you are. So it touched me, because I've dealt with these things myself in my life when I was a child. And so seeing it come back around, it was just like, wow. That's why I think that it touched me so much, because I can identify with both of those little girls. Even though I wasn't necessarily body shamed, I did get picked on, And so, like I said, not to make this message super long, please validate your children. Please validate your children. It's important, because they need it. We don't realize the amount of bullying and pressure that these kids experience at school, trying to fit in and keep up. Okay? I hope this is helpful. Have a good day.